Well, today we're going to give you the background to Andrea's 2013 performance in Portofino. And he sang Love in Portofino, the famous hit by Dalida, the French singer. It attracts millions of people a year to this particular, I'd say, village in Italy. It's always been the hub for the elite and the rich from Hollywood, and I'm going to make a special thumbnail to showcase that aspect of it. Humphrey Bogart was there and lots of other stars from Hollywood, and they loved it in the heyday and they still love it now. It's rich in culture, rich in food and wine, and the people are really, really beautiful and welcoming to everybody. And all I can say is this intimate concert was by one of the world's best-selling tenors of all time. And he hosted it in this truly romantic concert setting and beautiful places on earth, playing to an intimate invited audience at the Piazza in Portofino. Andrea Bocelli covers the most famous love songs in the world, and this is one of them. The background to the song and who wrote it: it was a 1958 song written by the Italian duo Chiosso and Buscaloni. First sang the latter one. They picked up a French singer called Dalida at the time, the following year, and she recorded it with additional lyrics written by Jacques Laroux. Her version achieved sales success throughout Europe market, spawning dozens of covers. Embraced by musical intellects as a masterpiece of Dalida's earlier repertoire of the 1950s, it became the symbolic song for Portofino, to which it's referring. The background is the Italian lyricist Leo Chiosso wrote the song in '58 and it was mostly at the time in Italian. Only repeating the verse, "I found my love in Portofino," was the only line that you will hear in English, even with Andrea singing it. And the song's composer, Fred Buscaloni, was the first one to record the song. So French lyricist Jacques Laroux soon discovered the song and adapted it wholly in French, titled as Saint Christina. It was immediately recorded by a few French singers with no success. It was then when Eddie Barclay, who's a French composer, who heard it and said Dalida could do something with this, and got it for Dalida, did things turn around for the song. The collaboration with Laroux, the French part was rewritten and reduced to the minimum, just as an addition to the original Italian and English lyrics that were kept. Love in Portofino became a trilingual song, and under this version it became famous. It was recorded, as I said, on Dalida's 1959 summer tour, Pause, under orchestra conduction of Raymond Laforêt, and was published first on the EP Barclay. It was also featured as a title song of her end of year album. So the affiliation is with Dalida. Now it has been covered by Johnny Dorelli in '59, and he was a singer and television host in Italy. But it's Andrea Bocelli's 2013 version, which we're about to hear, that has captivated the hearts of millions of people. Take a listen, you'll find out why. We'll come back and give you my interpretation of the lyrics, and it'll be a short and sweet video to savor and to lift the spirits of everybody, because that's what we need musically.
Thank you. Hey, David, I think now it's time for a song just for Portofino. What do you think?
Okay.
I found my love in Portofino, perché nei sogni credo ancora. Lo strano gioco del destino a Portofino m'ha preso il cuore. Nel dolce incanto del mattino il mare ti ha portato a me. chiudo gli occhi a me vicino, a Portofino rivedo te. Ricordo un angolo di cielo dove ti stavo ad aspettare, ricordo il volto tanto amato e la tua bocca da baciare. I find my love in Portofino, quei baci più non scorderò. Non è più triste il mio cammino, a Portofino I found my love. Ricordo un angolo di cielo dove ti stavo ad aspettare, ricordo il volto tanto amato e la tua bocca da baciare. I found my love in Portofino, quei baci più non scorderò. Non è più triste il mio cammino, a Portofino I found my love. Non è più triste il mio cammino, a Portofino. I found my love. Thank you.
No, thank you, Andrea Bocelli, for turning what was a written that was made by Dalida and being a French hit into an Italian subtle delivery of utter wonderment. It's just beautiful how you do those songs. And you know, he reminds me, now just let me finish the sentence, of Shirley Bassey, the way Shirley Bassey would sing a beautiful song, give her interpretation, because after all this is a cover song of Love in Portofino, but make it their own and then hit that high note that just excites the audience. As you've seen, that was the dramatic finish to a song that just millions of people adore and love. Now, Portofino is on the French Riviera. Today, I don't know. I think I need more coffee. It's on the French Riviera, and people say, I'd love to visit, but it'd be too expensive. Trust me on one thing. It's one of the most affordable places to visit and the most spectacular and beautiful. I actually, because I was going to do this particular song, I looked into Portofino and at hotels and places, and they're actually no more expensive than the rest of Italy. So just a thought in case you think, I'd love to visit there. Go and do. It's beautiful. Let's get into the simple lyrics of the song, because there's not that many of them. The only English line in it is, I found my love in Portofino. The rest was in Italian, and I've translated it obviously into English and over 32 languages. So do look for your language and savor the words and savor the performance. It starts, I found my love in Portofino because I still believe in dreams. The strange game of fate, my heart took my heart in Portofino, in the sweet enchantment of the morning. So when it talks about the sweet enchantment of the morning, it would probably be the sunrise. because it's very famous for sunrises and sunsets in Portofino, as well as the people, the wine, the food, the places you stay and everything else, and all the famous people that come and visit, and the fact that royalty loves it, and everybody else that ever visits goes back time and time again. I've never been myself for all this promotional talk, but it's on my hit list, because I would love to retire in Italy at some point, Umbria. And if I do, I would like to visit places like Portofino that I've often talked about or covered in a reaction. It does take your heart. You do fall in love with it like falling in love with a person. Your heart flutters and misses a beat looking around at the beauty of the place. I've seen images, it's absolutely captivatingly beautiful. And it continues, in the sweet enchantment of the morning, the sea that brought me, I closed my eyes, and I love close. In Portofino, I see you again. So you can imagine sitting, listening to the sound of the sea, savouring the views, hearing the talk of the people on the table next to you, eating their food, drinking their wine or drinking their water, whatever, and the romanticism of the whole place that overwhelms you. The feeling that it's so surreal, can it be real, that I'm here? And you just close your eyes for a minute. You allow your eyes to transport those images deep down into your soul. And if you are in love or you love somebody, that image of that person will come up because you're in one of the most romantic places in the world, most beautiful settings ever, I think, in the world. It would be very hard for me to pick any other place that surpasses Portofino, to be honest, in beauty. But you feel romantic when you're there, and that's what that's saying. I close my eyes and I think of my loved one. It continues, I remember a corner of heaven where I was waiting for you. I remember the much loved face and your mouth to kiss. So he refers to Portofino as heaven, because it is. We often wonder what heaven is like, and I always say to people, why don't you explore the earth and some beautiful places on God's earth, and you will feel that heavenly experience of what God has created for all of us. Portofino is one of those places that even if you weren't religious, you would feel religious and feel almost godlike that he was around you, because to create such a beautiful place absolutely is mind-blowing when you come from, let's say, a place of tranquility and work and refuge to a place of escapism, of beauty, of romanticism. It's so surreal to go from one to the other. It's what we all want, and Portofino offers that a lot. It really does, and I've only just read the images and read up on it because I'm itching myself to get going. I don't know where, I don't know when, but I will, because I do want to retire in Italy. So that's the image you get from that, and it continues, in your mouth to kiss. So he ties in the sensual and the sexual with Portofino and what he's feeling. And I found my love in Portofino. I will never forget those kisses. My path is no longer sad. In Portofino, I found my love. So he's paying homage to the place. He's obviously back. The image I get is a man back in Portofino paying homage to a place where he kissed the lips of somebody that he felt passionate about. It brought him joy. It made him feel love does exist. Even if it's for a fleeting moment, I often say, isn't it better to get a few moments of love than none at all? Isn't it? And that's what he's reminiscing over. He's remembering all those tenderly moments in a place that brought him the one true thing we all search for, love. He says, I remember, and he refers, which I think is beautiful, to Portofino as a corner of heaven. It certainly is. It continues, where I was waiting for you. I remember the much loved face in your mouth to kiss. I found my love in Portofino. So he reaffirms the sensuality of how he became when he found this love and experienced real love for the first time. And it's the lips. I always say, today people refer to sex as being the true bond between two people. It's not. Do you know how many people miss walking hand in, and people don't do it often enough, walking hand in hand with their partner. Try it with your partner sometime. They'll be really surprised just by holding their hands. And when you're walking, giving them a kiss and a hug. Now, they'll probably think you're after something. Okay, what is it you want? You've been kissing me and holding my hand all day. But at the same time, they'll be telling their friends going, oh my God, he kissed me and or she kissed me and we held hands. And it's the simple things, the mouth, the sensual aspects of this song that is beautiful. It's simplicity in itself. And sometimes we forget the simple things in life. But in these lyrics, certainly not. And it says, no, my path is no longer sad, it finishes. In Portofino, I found my love. So really there's an affirmation there of love. There's reminiscent about the love that he found, the sensuality of it all. And in the end, does he confirm that they are still together? That is questionable. What I think the song is saying is, in Portofino, I found myself, I found my peace, I found my happiness, and I was loved. All the things that we all on an emotional journey in life search for. He had it all for the time he was in Portofino. And that's my interpretation of the lyrics. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for listening. Take care. Thank you, Andrea Bocelli. I hope you enjoyed the biography. And of course, Portofino people, as I say in Spanish, besitos mucho. Goodbye.